Revelation 2163. From the 23rd of November 1941. Connection from the beyond to earth. Mediate in love. The purely spiritual exchange of thoughts between the human being and the otherworldly instructive beings produces results which are immensely informative and impart knowledge to the human being which can never be conveyed to him on earth. And therefore it is far more advantageous to get in touch with these instructive beings than to entrust oneself to earthly teachers, for the latter do not necessarily need to know the truth and yet will want their knowledge to be regarded as truth. Whereas the beings in the beyond convey purest truth to earth as soon as the human being desires it. Even spiritual truth has to be offered with love if it is to be accepted by the heart. However, love for one's fellow human being is not always the reason why the teacher tries to impart his knowledge to him. The beings in the beyond, however, are so full of love for people that they want to offer them the truth and only look for people who are willing to receive this truth in order to spread it on earth. Thus, where love for fellow human beings is active, God protects both the giver as well as the receiver from error, for then God will give the human being the knowledge of what truth is, even though the instructor has acquired his knowledge through worldly study. For if the human being is capable of love, then he unconsciously opens his heart to the influence of the spiritual world, and this guides his thoughts correctly. Love is always a certain security for right thinking, but the spiritual bond with the beyond is nevertheless preferable to earthly study, for the human being will be instructed by those beings about everything, since nothing is alien to them but their knowledge extends to all areas. And consequently they can also impart the extensive knowledge to people on earth. They only need people's attention, and it depends on this which wisdom is submitted to them. The beings in the beyond are always willing to give, but their ability to receive the truth is not always the same. But spiritual gifts may only be offered where the human being has the serious will to receive them. And the human being's will be increasingly more inclined towards the truth the further he has penetrated the knowledge, that is, once the human being lets himself be instructed by the beings in the beyond, his desire for ever deeper divine wisdom will also increase, and then the ability to recognize what is offered to him as truth and to accept it directly will also increase. This ability is a great grace which God bestows upon the human being who believes in Him and acknowledges His working. For the otherworldly forces first have to be acknowledged before they can express themselves, that is, faith in the working of otherworldly forces allows the love of these forces to become active, and they are willing to give the earthly child exhaustive information about all questions which the human being now mentally asks them. Thus every person can become knowledgeable, yet as long as he lacks the faith that God uses these forces to initiate the human being into his reign and activity, this cannot be revealed either. Amen.